Welcome. In front of me is a TCL 605, and today I'll be going over unboxing along with a quick look at the device, its specifications, and the blatant lies on the box. So, let's start off with the blatant lies, as I just absolutely despise this, and I just like to get this garbage out of the marketing altogether because it's absolute bullshit. So here we have 18 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. Now, both of them are lie now, because if we're going to be converting the 8 gigabytes of RAM, which this device has, which it would be nice if you could actually specify which one is the RAM, because not both of them are. So it's 8, that is the actual RAM. This is bullshit. This is storage. So if we take 10 gigabytes of storage out of storage and convert it to RAM, and you highlight both of them, then you're fucking lying about both of them. Because not only do you not have 18 gigs of RAM, you only have 8, but you also took 10 gigabytes of storage away from storage. Therefore, you have 246 gigs. You dumb motherfuckers. Anyway, let's continue this because, oh, by the way, just for people that are interested, the definition of RAM isn't storage. It's random access memory. There is a reason why it's called like that, and the reason is that it's being utilized more frequently than actual storage. It's designed to be accessed way faster and degrade much slower. Now guess what you get when you convert storage to RAM? An absolute shitstorm of an experience. Congrats. Now, if we move over to the actual device, security, cool. Not sure why. Whatever, it's a piece of crap anyway. So let's start off. In here we get a case. In here we get cable, type A to type C. And then obviously we have our phone. Again, piss off with this dog shit marketing. No, you don't have 18 gigs of RAM. Now, I want to point out, TCL TVs are great, so I'm not sure why they're dropping the ball so hard when it comes down to phones. This genuinely seems like AliExpress dropshipping shit compared to what the TVs can do. So, whoever's in charge of marketing the phones, fire them and get whoever's doing the TVs to design them and whatever to do the same thing for the phones. And then you can just completely crap on Samsung all over. As right now, your TCL brand as a phone is just a overpriced joke, while the TVs are actually just great. So yeah. Now, this is a interesting back though. I do want to give them props for this. Now, camera's not really picking it up, so I'm gonna try to bring the light here. There we go. You can see now the weird pattern. On the box, you could see it. It almost looked like it's some kind of reused material almost, but at a closer glance, it just looks like a weird wavy pattern of like rubber strings. And it also has this kind of bit of a rubbery feel to it. All in all, it does feel pretty nice. It's a bit grippy, so if your phone tends to slide off, pretty sure not going to have that problem with this one. Now, let's move over to the display. So, the display right here is a 6.7-inch display with a pathetic, measly resolution of 720 by 1600. Wow, that is pretty bad. 90 Hz refresh rate. It's an LCD IPS and a 480 nits of brightness. It's an 85.9% screen to body ratio with 262 pixels per inch. By all intents and purposes, this is an absolute crap display. The only kind of good thing about it is the 90 Hz refresh rate, but it still falls short compared to some other budget devices that give you 120. This one doesn't. Again, like I said, TVs are freaking fantastic. The phones are just confused right here what they want to achieve. Now, continuing on into the internals, We have a Helio G81 processor, 8 gigabytes of RAM like I mentioned, and a 5200 mAh battery that can be charged with a Type-C cable at 18 watts maximum speed. Additionally, with that 128 or 256 gigabytes storage, you can expand it further using a SD card, as we do have a tray for it. And if we move over to the internals, or not internals, the cameras, sorry, we have a dual camera setup, which I already am kind of skeptical. I haven't even looked at the specs. So the main sensor is a 50 megapixel f1.8 aperture wide sensor that does 1080p 30 frames. Wow, that's pretty bad. And I just can't just, why would you do this? Just, you know what, TCL, if you're in the comments, which you probably are not, but if you are, just write a comment at the bottom. Why the fuck would you even put a fake camera? I want to know what goes through your damn head when designing this dog shit. Like, why would you try to do this? Do you think people can't read the specs? Do you think they can't look at this piece of shit right here up close and see that it's just something that tries to imitate a camera, but there is literally no sensor there? Do you really consider the user base to be this fucking stupid? So we only have one camera. Oh boy, at least at the back. Now at the front we have another one, and that is a 5 megapixel wide sensor that does the same thing as the back one, 1080p 30 frames. So that's basically all the, I would say, important information about this device, but none of them were actually important. There is no redeeming quality about this phone outside of that half redeeming quality of 90 Hz refresh rate for the display. Other than that, it really defeats the purpose. Like, this phone doesn't really offer anything worth it. And there are better devices at the same price that will offer you, for instance, higher refresh rate. But all in all, I am the person that will advocate for spending more money on your phone. Now, hear me out. I'm not going to be telling you to go buy a flagship for $1,000. It's definitely not the idea here. But I will be advocating to spend twice as much on your phone. So about $200 is what I recommend going for. And wait, let me actually check something, because right here on GSM Arena, which is where I'm pulling this information from, it says that this device costs about 170 euros, which at that point is awfully close to being a mid-range device, while offering absolutely pathetic specifications. But that is not the case. So it is 130. So it's about 130 euros. If we convert it like 1 to 4. So for 130, yeah, just add 70 more and you get a CMF Phone 2 Pro. You will have an infinitely better device right here than what we have right here. And you can enjoy it much more. The CMF Phone 2 Pro will run you about 200. And the reason I advocate for this specific device is because what it offers for the price, and what the price is just absolutely bonkers. So it's a device that is closer to high-end devices rather than mid-range or low-end, as the price would suggest, while offering specifications that, like I said, rival high-end devices with a very good processor, a AMOLED display with 120 Hz refresh rate, decent resolution, battery, charging speeds, cameras. Basically everything there will be better than what we have right here. And when it comes down to devices at very low end, like this one specifically, adding that like $70 more, you get a device that isn't twice as good. It's going to be multiple times better than what we have right here. And that will extend to how you interact with the device, how fast the device feels, how nice it is to use it. It's all benefits that you don't really get to see on paper, but those are the ones that you will get to experience while using such a device. So that's why I always advocate for spending a little bit more on a device. And at this moment, Nothing brand seems to be pumping out some absolute bangers when it comes down to like the CMF phones, as they are cheap while delivering some of the best performances you could expect at this price, or the best performance at this price. There's nothing that compares to it. So I recommend going for that, as this is The only better devices than that would be actual flagships. And at that point, you're going to be spending like $800 or more. So it's not really worth it. But at about $200, this is close to this. And at that price, why would you go for this when you can just go for something that is significantly better? So that's my overview here. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to smash like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.